the outcome of the Lord's dealings. When you read along in the book of Job, through almost the entire course of the book, you get the feeling that the Lord just isn't fair. It just is not right. You have throughout that book the continuing earth view of suffering, the reality of suffering, and the misery, the agony of it, and seeming endlessness of it. And God just doesn't seem to be there at all. But there is an end to the story. I remember back as a boy when I used to read novels, I used to have it was such a temptation for me. I always resisted it, though. It was such a temptation. I wanted to read the last chapter and see how it came out. Well, the old stories, they always used to come out good. And this story comes out good. And what we need to realize is that God's dealings with his own people always eventually come out good. Here is the story of disruption and tragedy that were brought into a man's life. The best man on the earth, a man who is a child of God, a man of whom God himself spoke that he believed in him, trusted in him. But this is the man that had one calamity after another in his life. He experienced first the destruction of his property, then the death of his children. Next there was the defilement of his body, followed by the defection of his wife, and finally, over a long period of time, the derision of his friends. Everything went for him, everything that could touch his life here. You remember how it all started. It was God that pointed out to Satan in the councils of heaven. When Satan appeared there, God pointed out the man Job on the earth, faithful to him, and Satan challenged it. The only reason why Job is faithful to you is that you've been good to him. You just make it rough for him and he'll curse you to your face. Satan cannot understand real love and devotion. And he no doubt really believed this, that it wasn't possible that any human being could really trust God unless God was being good to him.